Hello, my name is Diaz-Wilson, and today we are going to be diving into my application that I've been working on for my studio project. And so here we are in Expo Go, and this is kind of the sandbox that has held my project in its program form. So let's verify if it is this top one. Yes, this is it. So here is the home screen. The visual of this is to start off with just showcasing what the user's current goals are. So here we can see they have 3 goals already in the makes. Other things that are important on this home screen is you have the milestones to the left, so we'll select that. And this kind of has their 3 goals and then their breakdown of what their next tasks are. And you're kind of able to, I'm going to select mark done, and you can go through and basically complete or uncheck off milestones that you've done. And then all the way to the right, a significant part of this app is the buddies feature. So these are their current buddies. So they have a request here. Someone wants to be their accountability partner, and it displays which goal they actually have. So this one, for instance, is travel to 3 new countries. And you can also see that up at the top is a notifications area, and you can see that as well. So we'll go back and just accept that, just so you can see Alexis Rivera has popped up. And so now we'll kind of dive into the main functionality of this is to create a goal, of course. So we'll click that plus sign down at the bottom, and this is what pops up. So the intention of this is to very much leave it open and broad so users can kind of input as much or as little as they want. This application is, I guess, AI dependent, if you would call it, just so it can kind of create from any sort of input, the best that it can, a breakdown of what users want. So for instance, my goal is I want to speak Spanish fluently. What does this goal matter to you? So this is another significant part of this, really understanding why the user actually wants to accomplish this goal, because this is an important part of how users can be connected. So it isn't just an app based off of, oh, you have the exact same goal as me. It's do we share a similar mindset? Do we have the same motivation? And using that intrinsic value to basically connect people on a deeper level than some of the other applications that are currently out there. So for me, it's important for me to be able to communicate with my family members that can't speak English. This is actually very relatable to me. On my dad's side, I had many family members that came over from Mexico, and English is not something that they picked up very well, and so it prevents me from really getting to know my family. And so I think this hits home very close for me, because it's hard for me to find other people in my vicinity that actually feel the same way about this. So being able to create an app to connect with other people that understand that, I think would be something that would be very motivating for me specifically. So let's keep going. I know basic words only. Okay, so we'll continue. Now let's map out your plan. So this is rooted into a SMART, capital SMART. So think specific, measurable, attainable, that type of goal creation to kind of build this for the AI to kind of have enough information to really do a breakdown. So how will you measure progress towards this goal? I will have a conversation with my grandma weekly to see where I am at. What steps will you take? I will use, let's say, Duolingo daily. When will you like to achieve this? So I really want let's just say about 6 months. Okay, perfect. So now that I have this, we'll create the goal. Goal created. So learn Spanish fluently. You told us this matters because it's important for me to be able to communicate with my family members that can't speak English. So that's my motivation. So that will be what pops up on my profile. So let's see your milestone plan. So built from what you told us, and this is how they broke down how I want to learn Spanish fluently. And so from here, we're going to click Find an Accountability Partner. So this essentially takes you to where all your goals are at, and this lives down at the bottom nav bar. You can see the word Explore Buddies. So if the user was to X out or leave that, they would still be able to access all the different matches they can go through for their goals. So for instance, they have traveled to 3 new countries, run a half marathon, all their ranging goals, but we'll stick to learn Spanish fluently. So here we have Sarah Kim, and you're able to see her goal, learn Spanish. So you can see right off the bat, it's similar to yours. The motivation, want to actually talk to my grandparents in their first language. Here you can already see that it's very relatable to what my motivation is. So we'll click the view profile and we can kind of see what their accountability style is, weekly planning, video calls. So that's what they're looking for, progress so far. And so you can kind of see if the user, wants to connect with them. And so we'll send her a request. So request sent. Another interesting about this is you can look at your all goals all together and kind of go through everybody and see what their different motivation is. So this girl, for instance, she wants to run a half marathon, which is one of my goals. Their motivation is to show my kids that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. This one, fall back in love with reading. And so here we have Sarah Kim. And then you have people that have goals that don't necessarily exactly match yours. So this guy has write a novel. Here, Emma has build a fitness habit. And so these three down here at the bottom don't match verbatim any of my goals, but maybe their motivation might. So that's kind of like the intent here is you might not always match what you want to get out of this, but it's almost like you can match your why. Okay, maybe we're similar. This person wants to stop impulse spending and actually hit their savings number. This person wants to finally finish a draft they've been talking about years. Their motivation, want to feel strong again. So there might be motivation that relates to the users and still makes that connection that can help push them in their own goals. So we'll head back to home. Oh, so we have a notification. Here on current goals, you can see learn Spanish fluently, and it has the how and the date along with the other goals. So we'll click the notification. Sarah Kim has now accepted your request. Yay. Okay, so there's multiple ways we could have messaged her. That way that popped up. Down here we can go to buddies and message her, and we can also go to this chat section and message her throughout here. So there's 3 different areas to really connect to your buddies. So we'll click Sarah Kim again and we'll message her. So no messages yet. Let's say hi. So hi Sarah, I'm so excited to get to know you. I also want to learn Spanish to speak with family members. So we'll send that there to Sarah Kim. You can see I have my little T that represents my name, Taylor, in this app. Okay, so hola, let's practice together. Learning Spanish for my family is so important for me too. I'm actually the first grandchild who doesn't know Spanish, so it's hard connecting with my grandparents. And as mentioned, that's why I went through this kind of example, because that's me. That's my reasoning. That's something that's important to me. So I wanted to show like the personal aspect of what like motivation could look like. So that's a conversation there with Sarah, which should pop up now in chats. Yes, so it's right there at the top. So that is the main functional part of this app. That was the whole intent and goal, to at least create that aspect. And of course from there, I can build from that. So other little tiny things, we'll go into settings, just things that make this feel like a more fuller app as I continue to expand and grow. Changing my name, what I want to be called, privacy settings, do I want to even show this right now? Things like that, app preferences, so showing, what I am into when it comes to my accountability style, distance units, so if I click kilometers, it's just shown out, for instance, 23 kilometers away, Derek is. There's also a dark mode, just to add, again, that fullness to using an application. But that should be the bulk of this application, and thank you for